Hey guys, it's Reaper again. Today we're on the Moto factory compound made by Jones 797. Before I get into the track, I wanted to check in with you guys again. I personally have been struggling a lot with anxiety and fear, and I figured someone else was probably too. I feel like these two topics are really hard to deal with because, the world's scary. Like, how do you get away from being anxious or fearful when the whole world is, it's scary. Everything around us is scary. I wanted to let you guys know that I personally find my peace in the Bible and in Jesus. The Bible is full of hope and strength, even when things are awful. It really encourages me to helps me refocus on what I need to be focused on, even when faced with difficult things. I understand that Christianity isn't for everyone, and that's cool, man. That's your choice. So if the Bible isn't your thing and you still are wanting to go somewhere, please DM me on Twitter or Discord. You can find the link for both those things down below in the description. Again, I'm not trying to plug my socials to you to boost my numbers. I don't really care, but I genuinely want to talk to you and be there if you need it. So don't be afraid to use those resources if you need. Anyway, let's talk about this track. The Moto Factory Compound is one of the, if not the most insane tracks I've seen in this game. Now, it's not exactly what I would call a realistic track, as some of these lines are insanely huge and the ruts and berms are big enough to swallow a small man. But that doesn't take away from the epicness of the track. The texture choice on the dirt is one of the best I've seen, and especially in combination with the dirt color, how it changes throughout the track, and the excellent use of shadows, it really makes the track come to life. The motocross track has a lot of line choices in the corners, and despite its over-exaggerated scale, I actually think it would race pretty good. I really love the environment of this track as well. Man, his attention to detail with the puddles and the trees and the dirt color, it really feels like an actual facility, an actual compound. It's not empty, it's not barren, it's not boring. He just did a really good job. Another thing that I really like about this track is his use of elevation. There's tons of uphill step ups, huge step downs. I also really like that in the corners when you put a rut, that there's also little ruts going into the main rut, if you will. And it's not just like two lines. There might be a couple lines going into the main two lines, but it gives it a little bit more diversity. You don't have to always be in the same exact spot going into the corners. I'm going to go ahead and give you my scores for the motocross track itself, and then we'll go ahead and talk about the rest of the compound. For a fun factor, I'm going to give the motocross track a 9 out of 10. The environment, you have to give it a 10 out of 10 because it's just insane. For difficulty, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. Some of the lines are pretty gnarly, so it can be kind of difficult. For raceability, I would definitely say a 7, even though it's overly exaggerated on the scale. I still think it's going to race pretty good. I also decided to add a new factor that we can use in the scoring from now on, and that's creativity. For creativity, I'll say a 9 out of 10, and giving this track an overall a 9 out of 10 as well. That's the best score of any track we've given, and I definitely think it deserves every point. If you aren't into motocross, this track has a super cool supercross track that even has like a big stadium feel around it, even though it's not in a stadium. It's got this really cool free ride area with all kinds of jumps, these huge uphill doubles and downhills. It's even got this super sick circle rut. Now, this thing's actually super difficult, but it's actually really fun, and you can see you get going pretty fast. If you're in enduro, it even has like a low-key enduro track for you, with the pipes to jump over, the trails, and it even has a turn track. This is definitely an amazing track. Jones 797, all involved, should be proud. They should take a couple days off because I bet this took forever. Anyway, that's all for this one. I love you boys.